HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
Good evening, Alternative Healthcare Career Group. This is Dr. Mike Shua. Yes, I'm a physical therapist, and yes, I am your Alternative Healthcare Career Coach for tonight. Well, I'm just looking at here on my cell phone. I'm trying to share the video in our private group. Hey, if you're watching live, please comment live. Watching on the replay, REPLAY, please type in replay, ladies and gentlemen. I think I see myself now. We are live there, ladies and gentlemen. So tonight we've got a special guest, but before we put in our special guest, where did that go? There you go. I finally found. Hey, what is going on, Captain D? You see that, Captain David Bailiff? This tonight's show is sponsored by the Uncaged Clinician. If you want to be uncaged, if you want to get out of that cage, right? You got to check out Captain David Bailiff is the Uncaged Clinician. If you want to get out of that, that survival mentality, you got to check out and get out and be uncaged. You got to get out of that cage. You got to get out of that golden handcuffs, ladies and gentlemen. Try to reach out to, the Uncaged Clinician Group, David Bailiff. Yes, somebody said there's a 1/2 second delay from video to audio on FB. Thank you very much for your advice there. What's going on? What happened there? Yes, that is true. There's a second delay. I don't know what's going on with that delay. I see people there now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What kind of English is that? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm running out of English. Thank you very much. Oh gosh. What is going on with the computer? Yes, there you go. So David said, looking good now. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. All right. Well, before I keep on going, before I lose my craziness tonight, I would like to encourage you today. All right. Yes, we have fun. West. See, I'm running out of English. West. It's yes. Yes, we enjoy. Yes, we have fun. But sometimes we got to be inspired. So this is our special encouragement for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Your success as a family, our success as a nation depends not on what happens inside the White House, but on what happens inside your house and my house. It starts in our house. You know, the foundation of the community is the family. So you cannot lead a big company. You know, I cannot lead my Rehab physical therapy clinic if I cannot even lead and take care of my family myself. You know, when you're in an airplane, And of course, when if you've ridden an airplane, type in airplane, because this is a very good analogy here. When an airplane, in order for you to be able to take care of your kid, they ask you to take care of yourself first. Put that oxygen first. Same thing in the community. Before you could take care of something else outside. I didn't say this. It's Barbara Bush, right? You got to take care of your house first. Take care of your wife. Take care of your husband. Take care of your kids before you can take care of other people. Take care of yourself first. You cannot give what you do not have, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot give what you do not have. So tonight, somebody's going to give us something like a special tip. There's two ladies that we have for tonight. There you go. Yes, our guests for tonight are two awesome people, They are actually in California, and very sunny California, and we're here in Tennessee. It's so cold. I gotta wear like a very thick jacket this morning. It's crazy. If you're cold, type in you're cold. If you're hot, of course, type in you're hot. Oh, yes, we are hot in finding alternative career. We got to find that alternative career, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we're going to have like two ladies that's going to inspire us and teach us how they found their alternative career and how they are actually changing the landscape of not only their selves, right, but also their community and also their profession. Well, I see a lot of people watching. Hey, please comment live. We want to know if you're watching live, and if you're watching on a replay, please type in replay, because it helps with our video ranking and also in our YouTube and everything, and our podcast and everything. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to introduce our first speaker. Or speaker, right? It's like a conference, right? So our speaker for tonight, her name is Raheema Hemraj. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. She's actually an occupational therapist and gerontologist. Oh gosh, it's hard to pronounce her name for first name, last name, and even gerontologist. Gosh, how can I even? It's like so much letters behind her name. All right, her specialty is falls prevention. Okay, she's got 15 years of clinical experience working with older adults to promote successful aging in place, right? Oh gosh. Successful aging in place. I think she needs to do me like, I'm aging already. Aging in place. Like this, aging in place. All right. So what she's done is she has spoken nationally on the impact of the technology in aging in space and transitioning of rehab professionals into the tech industry. You got to listen to this if you're watching live there in Alternative Career. So she recently joined Coco. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Coco, it's K-O-K-O. So Coco, an innovative company behind a new fall detection and prevention device. So she's an OT, and she's now working in the tech industry, teaching them or educating them in whatever in fall detection and prevention devices. So what she does is she's actually the director of clinical services for that company. So Raheema, okay, we'll call her Raheema, is also a part of the Stanford Healthcare Farewell to Falls team. Oh gosh, it's too much words, especially the Stanford's too technical, too smart for me, right? All right, see, I'm having a hard time. She needs to take care of my eyes. So she's there in the Stanford, right, where she provides fall education through multiple evidence-based falls prevention program. She's also the founder. She's a founder, right, of Grips and Gadget. We'll ask that later. A company which seeks to connect health tech startups with rehab professionals. Oh gosh, you hear that? Did you hear that? She's like the founder of Grips and Gadget. We're gonna ask that. What's that? It's Grips and Gadget. So Grips and Gadget's company is a health tech, right? And blah 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 blah. So long, right? We're gonna ask her later. And so that is Raheema. Hemraj, I'm gonna bring you in, Raheema. Where are you at, Raheema?
I'm
There
here.
you
Hi.
go, Raheema. What is going on?
Thank you for that intro.
Oh gosh. Well, first, please, before we put in Lawrence, let me grill you first, right?
Sure.
Could you please tell us what do you do? I mean, how did you transition out from rehab, from therapy, and then now you're like a founder, and then now you're like working for that cocoa thing, the cocoa. I noticed the coconut. So could you tell us, what do you really do, sister?
I basically use my clinical skills that I learned in school, that I developed throughout my practice, to help build products that are actually going to be helpful. So there's companies building technology. They're building products that they want to work with older adults or in the aging space, because that's my specialty, but really in any space. And they might not have the background, the clinical background or understanding of their actual users. So that's where I come in, and that's where all of you can come in too. So that's essentially what I do.
Oh wow, that's so technical there. Don't even ask me. Don't even ask me how this happens. It's just like I just go live and just do this. So you just decided to get out of OT, or what? How did that work?
No, it just so I was working in home care in the Bay Area, and just coming across a lot of technologies that new technologies, just from meetups, groups, seminars, conferences. I would hear about new things that were out, and I thought, well, that could really apply to my practice. I could offer this to my clients and see if they would benefit from it. And it just got me, thinking about health tech and aware of the space. And the more I dug in, the more I realized that sometimes there were products that I thought was a great idea, but it was missing something. And who was the OT behind it or the PT behind it? And then I'd find out there wasn't anyone clinical, and hey, that would be a great idea to have someone there. And that's just sort of how it started. And I just started getting myself involved in that space and networking and speaking with different companies. And a company reached out to me and was looking for my expertise to help with one of their products, and that's where it all began.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. Thank you very much for sharing your experience. I don't know what you heard there, ladies and gentlemen. In order for her to get out of that traditional OT job, she actually networked. I was writing up what she said. She went to meetup groups, meetup groups, not MEAT, it's MEET. She went to meetup people. You got to network. If you're just there inside your home, clicking Indeed, passing your resume. No, you got to get out. I know it's social distancing and everything, but you still got to get out. You still got to network. That's the key here. You got to learn how to network. I'm not talking about the MLM, multi-leveling or networking, whatever, but you got to network. You got to talk to people. You got to be personable. Is that how you say it? Personable. So you got to be personal. You got to get out there, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much, Raheema, for introducing and sharing yourself. But before we keep on going, I'm going to introduce our next guest. Right? Where did that go? You guys can hear my music. Do you hear that music there? Just nod there, Raheema. You hear it? Very good. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. All right. Okay. Our next speaker, next guest for tonight, they're actually, they're both in that rehab thing here, a Rehab Tech Summit. So I just wanted to introduce our next, guest tonight. Hey, if you're watching live, please comment live, and ask questions on this beautiful young ladies here. Yes, I see it now. Okay, our next speaker for tonight, her name is Lauren Sheehan. I hope I pronounced that. Oh, gosh. I'm going to ask her how she pronounced this. Sheehan is an occupational therapist. Gosh, what's up with all these OTs? OTs changing and transitioning to a different role. Oh, gosh, this is amazing. All right, so she's actually an OT, and the current clinical and product manager with Neurolutions. Oh gosh, Neurolutions. I haven't thought of that word before. I should have founded that, right? Neurolutions. I'm gonna guess it. It's like a neurology solution, whatever. I don't know. So she's been in industry role for the last 4 years and has held clinical roles in outpatient neuro rehab for over a decade. She doesn't look like she's over 20, so right? Over a decade? You probably finished PT/OT school in 10 years old. All right, as well as administrative roles in clinical management. She's a founding member of the American Congress of Rehab Medicine's Clinical Managers Task Force. Gosh, that's a long word. So long, American Congress of Rehab Medicine's Clinical Manager Task Force. I can even read it. So she's actually, the goal of that American Congress of Rehab Medicine is supporting clinicians in industry roles in rehab medicine. Gosh, thank you very much for leading this, Lauren. So Lauren is also serves as the Productive Aging Special Interest Section Technology Coordinator. Oh gosh, for the American Occupational Therapy Associations, and runs the Non-Clinical Tech Meetup Networking Group in the Bay Area. Gosh. How does she do all of this? How do you think she do all of this? So Lauren, again, is also an adjunct faculty member faculty member of Samuel Merritt University in Oakland, California, where she teaches there as administration management and community practice lab. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in Dr. Lauren Sheehan. Boom. Oh, yeah.
Love the music, Mike. Yeah.
What is up, Lauren? All right. Well,
Hey.
Well, could you tell us, did I say all those stuff right? I mean,
You did. You got it. Yeah. It's kind of a mouthful, but you nailed it.
There you go. Nailed it. Just like
Nailed
that
it.
show. Well, could you tell us where you're from? What do you do? And just a summary of what I just said. What do you think?
Sure. Yeah. I grew up in the Midwest, and now I'm out in the Bay Area. So have been here for a number of years, working in rehab technology related roles. A little bit of a different path than Raheema. I actually was using a piece of rehab technology in practice. The first company I came on board with is a company by the name of Neofect. And I was using the Smart Glove with one of my patients. I was doing some private practice at the time. And this gentleman was a stroke survivor and we had been looking for something collectively to keep him engaged in his rehab at home, and found the Smart Glove and got in touch with the company and really felt like the product, similar again to what Raheema said, could be improved for the use of my client. And so gave some feedback, realized that there was not an OT or a therapist on their team, and kind of helped co-create my first role in rehab tech. And I just fell in love with it. And I'm really inspired to help other clinicians find their seat at the table to influence the direction of rehab technology. It's not going away. In COVID times, I think we've realized just how much technology can serve us. And in healthcare, it's definitely here to stay and evolving. So we need to get PTs, OTs, and speech therapists a seat at the table so that we can influence how it changes and evolves.
Oh, wow. That is such an amazing concept there. So I like what she said there, ladies and gentlemen. You got to have a seat at the table.
Got to get
When
there.
you're reaching out, yeah. When you're reaching out to some company, I like what she said. When you're reaching out to a company, you got to ask them, do you have OTs and PTs, a consultant there? Well, just like me, for example, if I go into a nursing home and there's already a PT there, they're not going to entertain me. I'm like, oh, why am I going to entertain you? What are you, like another PT, another DPT? Yeah, you have a book, but yeah, we already have a PT here. Well, same thing when you're looking for an alternative career and you have something to offer ask them, hey, do you already have a PT or OT consultant? And then boom. And this is what these two ladies are doing here. So let me bring in, before I bring in Raheema, I just would like to say hello to my friend. David Bailiff said, Captain D, you are very welcome. It's me who needs to thank you. Thank you for the shirt. Uncaged Clinician, check it out. And Tito Rick, what's going on, Tito Rick? He said thank you. And then Ray said he's watching live. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate you. And he says it's a nice shirt. Yep, it's not my shirt. You know who it is. Uncaged Clinician, check it out. And he said, yep, the shirt is junk. No, just kidding. It's probably the adjunct word earlier. All right, let me bring back my our guest for tonight, Lauren and Raheema. Let me add her too in our stream. So there you go, beautiful ladies of Bay Area. Do I really need to be in the Bay Area to be able to be in the tech industry?
No, especially now, I think we're seeing you can really be anywhere. But no, you don't have to be in the Bay Area. I think once upon a time, it was a lot easier to network and get yourself in front of companies and meet people. But that's changing quite rapidly. Lauren?
Absolutely. Yeah, we speak to companies and have partnered with companies really from coast to coast. I talked to a tech company in Wisconsin today. There are folks in Denver, really all over the US, East Coast, West Coast, Florida. Really, it doesn't matter anymore where folks are. Tech is leaving the Bay in large part for a variety of different reasons. And part of it is just because it's become so dispersed and is sort of such a growing field that you definitely don't have to be in the Bay to connect with therapy technology or healthcare technology.
So let me go back and ask you this question again. So why did you leave the traditional therapy job? And is there any deep inside you got a tech brain or whatever? I mean, I can see someone like their pre-med, pre-PT or pre-OT is like science, computer thing. Do you have to have that, or can you learn along the way? I mean, can you share that, Lauren?
That's a great question. I definitely did not have a tech background. And it's interesting because I kind of have a love-hate relationship with technology, maybe as many of us do. I think, we can get saturated with technology in our everyday life, but I was just really blown away by my experience with how this patient that I mentioned earlier had connected with technology and how it motivated him to continue with his rehab at home. And so it's allowed me to be so creative in my practice and learn a ton of extra skills. I did not know any additional technology related skills when I came on board with a tech company. And today I was working with our development team on wireframing and product requirements for our new software. So it's definitely possible to bridge that gap and fill in the learning curve sort of as you go. The biggest thing I bring to the team is the perspective on what the user needs and how the healthcare system works. And those things, unless you've lived it, are difficult to sort of bring from the outside.
Oh, wow. I think I'm going to be scared doing that, like expecting really am I really qualified to do this? Did you feel that too when you started?
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say I am absolutely not someone who ever thought I'd be working in technology. That's not my specialty at all. I didn't study that. But you learn along the way because you're passionate about what you're doing, and you'll see that you're able to learn it, and you bring so much to the table that you're motivated to learn so that you keep building with this team. My very first role, I remember there was this day where I had to deliver a computer to a location 6 hours away, and I'd flown there and it didn't work, and they had me disassemble the computer and build the computer again. And I came home and I was like, I just built a computer. Like, I never thought that's something that I would do or I could do. So it's kind of amazing what we're capable of and what we're able to do. And I think that's part of it, is that as therapists, there's a lot of imposter syndrome when we join or look at alternative careers. And it's about knowing your value and knowing that you belong there, and just reminding yourself of that. Of course, you have to keep learning, but you do belong there. So just remember the value that you have.
Oh, wow. That is so powerful. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know if you see me, but I'm writing things down. You got to write things down, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'm a tech guy, but I still write things down, right? Yeah, we're rehab techs, right? But I like what she said. Learn along the way. Learn along the way. Learn how to adapt and adjust your sail along the way. Just like, you know, if you've ridden a boat, whatever, sailed a boat, ridden a car, you know, you'll have to adjust along the way. Just like driving. You know, you don't know all the firing cylinders. Do you know how your engine fires? You know the firing system, you know, 3, 4, 2, 1 or something like that. Do you know the proper mixture of that gasoline and air and heat inside that combustible engine? No. But you learn along the way. You learn and control the controllables. Obviously, you control your steering wheel. You know, you control the accelerator pad and everything. But you learn along the way. You learn the journey. And like what she said here, you bring so much to the table, ladies and gentlemen. You bring so much to the table. I bring so much to the table. That's why I'm heavyweight. No, that's a different story. I eat a lot, but that's a different story. You bring so much. You have so much potential, ladies and gentlemen. Inside their group, Alternative Healthcare Career Group, you are PT, OT, speech, PTA, code. You got so much potential. And stop thinking about everybody does this. You know, everybody has this, the imposter syndrome, whatever. And I have it every single time I go live. I have that. You know why? English is not my first language. I'm conscious about it. I make mistakes. But do you think does it stop me? No. I just keep on pushing forward. You learn along the way. Like what Raheema said. And I like what she said here. Knowing your value. You got so much value, ladies and gentlemen. You just have to pull it out from you and start finding the alternative career, start serving that audience, and start giving what you have right now. You got so much to give. Let's go bring back our ladies. There you go. Lauren and Raheema, we got them. They're like rehab tech ladies. They are both occupational therapists and actually working for awesome whatever companies that is. Lauren, could you share us what does what do you call this? The neurolution is? I mean, right now you are the clinical and product manager with Neurolution. Could you tell us what that is? Gosh,
Yeah.
I don't even know how to say it.
Yeah, so the company has been in existence for a while. Lots of research. As you look into careers in health technology, you'll recognize, at least in medical device, that often it takes quite some time for things to come from the research setting through development and to the clinic. But we are in development of a brain-computer interface device. So BCI, you may have heard of some BCI devices. It's non-invasive, so a headset, dry electrode system that
Actually, no, I haven't heard.
Yeah. BCI. Well, be prepared. I know that there are some implantable systems that are now under research, but our particular system is designed for hand and arm rehab after stroke. So looking at, again, creative ways to increase intensity and increase the ability of patients to continue their rehab at home, as well as within the clinic, and just really other modalities for improving function for folks after neurologic injury or illness, which is really my passion and my practice background. So that is what we're doing. So we've been in a research phase for a long time and getting closer to prime time, hopefully. But lots of work on the research and product development side.
Oh, wow. So research and product development, you know, when I used to work as a pharmaceutical rep. I don't even want to go to the research and development there. So I just want to just keep you on the sales part. So, all right. Well, speaking of the sales part, we are just going to go on a quick break so we can start selling stuff, right? Okay. We will be back in a few minutes.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
Yes, thank you very much, HelloNote. You got to check out hellonote.com. I personally use HelloNote in our documentation system in our outpatient clinic. Check it out. It's so easy to use. I still work for other agencies and contract comparing to other documentation system. This is one of the easiest one that I've used. So check it out, hellonote.com.
A new rehab device is changing lives in physical therapy and possibly impacting those with debilitating diseases.
They said I was never going to run, and I'm running. The first day they put a new gait on me, I immediately felt my leg again.
An invention geared towards athletes has inspired a new tool for physical therapy throughout the UP.
TV6's Nicole Buckman has more on the life-changing new gait device.
Improving therapy outcomes and restoring hope to patients. The NewGate is a patented wearable harness system comprised of shoulder straps, a waist belt, and limb straps, all interconnected by strategically placed elastic bands.
There was a point where I just wanted to stop and give up. The NewGate kind of gave me that hope again.
A patient introduced me to the NewGate. Clicked right away that it would make sense. I've been using it with patients on a regular basis ever since.
We're a team who cares in a way that is maybe unique for this day that we live in. And there's something within me that is really fulfilled by working on this project and watching what it can do.
And yes, thank you very much for the NewGate. Check it out. There's a 30-day free trial. Check it out. thenewgate.com gives you a 30-day free trial. Just use it. Obviously use it for your patients who are appropriate for that type of condition. All right. So check it out. newgate.com. All right. Yes, if you're ready to level up and start your own private practice, we have that clinic called rehabjackson.com. Check it out, rehabjackson.com, where we provide physical therapy. And now, if you want to start your own physical therapy, outpatient, mobile stuff like that, reach out to me. I'll help you, coach you, guide you how to start your own small private practice and everything like that. All right. So in that way, we could be awesome, not only for yourself, but also for your community. All right. So let's go ahead. We've got special guests for tonight. Their names are Lauren and Raheema. They are both actually occupational therapists, and they're here to teach us how to find your alternative career and actually also promote their upcoming summit. So without further ado, I'm going to bring them back again. Lauren and Raheema, what is going on the side of the country? They're in the Bay Area and just being awesome in their life there. So Lauren, Raheema, could you share us what's going on with the summit that you're going to do?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have the Rehab Tech Summit coming up on February 19th to the 21st. And really the goal of it is to encourage and empower therapists to use technology in practice, and whether that's using technology in their own clinical practice or move into a non-clinical role in the technology world. We want to be able to show examples of therapists that have made that transition, and we have a lot of interviews and what we call career pathway talks to demonstrate that. We want to help provide some skill building. So how to build an app, how do you start a business? What is, what Startup 101, like what is funding rounds? What's a Series A? What's a Series B? Like we're going to talk about that. And then we have live panels with CEOs of health tech companies to tell us what they look for when they're hiring, non-clinical folks for non-clinical roles, what startup life really is like. So we really want to support therapists in this transition to a non-clinical role in the technology industry, or help you learn about technology that is out there. So we'll have an exhibition hall as well with, companies that will feature their products and sort of help educate and promote what they can do so that we can see if it's something that would be useful in our clinical practice, if that's where you're still at. So that's the Rehab Tech Summit in a nutshell, not so nutshell. And tickets are on sale now. We're just really excited about it. Lauren and I have both really feel strongly about supporting other therapists and bringing them into the space. And we're hoping that the summit will sort of encourage therapists to take that step.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. I got several questions for you guys here. So for example, is this live online, or is there an actual venue that you guys are going to do this?
Great question. We know that, now is really the time for virtual events, but what we are trying to do is to play it as live as possible. So the speaker sessions will be scheduled, and those will be pre-recorded, but we have most folks attending to provide live Q&A. So after one of the sessions is completed, either a demo from a company like Raheema mentioned, or one of our skill building tracks, we'll have a lot of opportunity for live engagement. So there is that live component of being able to chat with the speakers, to ask your questions. We do have some live panels, and Mike, you mentioned it earlier, but the importance of networking. We have several networking opportunities throughout the event. We will have a good number of tech companies there looking for folks that either they may have roles that they're ready to fill. They also might have special projects that you can kind of dip your toe into the world of tech and the overlap into health tech. It just depends on the company, but lots of opportunities to connect. ACRM, like I mentioned, some of our professional organizations will actually be present as well. Other ways that you can plug in professionally to continue to grow that network outside of the Rehab Tech Summit. So really excited to create community around technology and around folks that already have a seat at the table, as I mentioned earlier, or give you some great perspective and really nice action steps about how to position yourself to get that seat at the table.
Amazing. So I guess it will be a virtual event, right?
Virtual with lots of kind of live overlays, but some recorded content. So pre-recorded and live virtual event. Yes.
Cool. Are you going to use Zoom or Hopin or Blue Jeans or?
We looked at almost all of them. We were very, very picky when it came to our platform. We're actually using a platform called Socio.
Socio,
yeah.
Okay.
And I wanted to add that it's even though the conference has the 3 dates there. The sessions are all available on demand for 90 days. So if you're not able to watch all of the sessions during that particular time or on those days, that's okay, because you can always come back to it, and you have 90 days to watch everything over the 3 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the interaction, of course, is why you would come for the days that we're, going to be there with the speakers and with the partners and companies. But yes, access to everything to replay later.
Cool. That's amazing. So is there some sort of an agenda or like a list of whatever the topic is? Do you have that?
Yeah, if you go to our site, we've got our speakers up. We're still adding more sort of your details with them, so they're all up there. We have our sessions listed. Again, they're all sort of being updated, and we'll be putting up an agenda very soon. So you'll see the specific times that everything will go on, but we've got 4 main tracks. So if you identify as you're coming in as an inventor, that you've got a product or a company, an idea that you want to build out, you'll see the sessions that relate to that. And so you can plan your schedule around that. If you're coming in as someone that wants to move into a non-clinical role, there's sessions around that. And then we have a student track as well. So we're also going to be catering to topics that suit students and as they transition into roles. And I think Lauren can speak a little bit about that as well. So
to the student piece?
Yeah, to the student piece. I know you're doing, I wanted to save it because I know you're doing one of the talks now.
Oh, yeah. For OT students, specifically in doctoral programs, we have a really exciting session about building your capstone in a non-clinical, non-traditional tech-related way. So kind of a little bit of everything for everyone, from the tech curious, again, wanting to integrate technology into practice in a more meaningful way and get to know some of the new technologies that are out there, to someone ready to take the leap and join up on some tech-related projects as a consultant, to someone that has a product idea that they're ready to launch and wants to make connections.
Amazing. So, are there any, most of the questions in the group, do they get any CEUs for this?
We have a couple of CEUs that we'll be offering. We're actually working with a CEU provider to offer some of their CEUs through our course. A lot of the information is tech related, with kind of that bridge to healthcare. So it's not your traditional, continuing education application, but we will have an offering. And when our full schedule goes up, you'll see what we're offering in terms of CEs. So definitely a few takeaway, CEs that you can tuck under your belt, and a lot of additional skill building education in other areas to supplement your clinical skills, like user-centered design and other things that we unfortunately can't offer CEs for, but there will be a mix. So yeah, great question.
Amazing. Well, before I let you go, I always ask this question, in all of the, all of our guests. Both of you can definitely answer. What is your biggest challenge in the rehab tech world, and how did you turn this around? So, Lauren, I'll ask you that. I'll let you answer first, since you're on the upper left, upper right hand, whatever.
Biggest challenge. I think definitely it's been, for me early on, the imposter syndrome and just getting comfortable with being uncomfortable and knowing that every day I'm going to learn something new. I think, after practicing for a number of years, not that we don't see new things in the clinic, but we sort of know what to expect, and tech moves so quickly, and there are so many different hats that I've worn and that folks wear, particularly as being a part of a startup. So just continuing to be open to learning and realizing, and also being okay with saying, I have no idea what you just asked me to do, or what that word means. person from our, software development team, and just being willing to look things up and collaborate, to know that we are always learning. But in tech, the learning curve is definitely steep, but so much fun.
Oh, wow. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Did you hear what she just said? She said, being comfortable in being uncomfortable. Let me tell you a quick story here, ladies and gentlemen, about the word comfortable. I've been saying the word comfortable, comfortable, because I'm learning English. Like, hello, how are you? Are you comfortable for now? And that's how I pronounced it. And the people's like, oh, what is he talking about? Comfortable? I don't want a comfortable. So apparently you pronounce comfortable, right? So let's go back to what Lauren said. You have to be comfortable in being uncomfortable. You got to get out of that comfort zone, ladies and gentlemen. Most of us in the rehab world, we're in that comfort zone. We're in that cage, like uncaged. We're in that cage. We're in that comfort zone. And you will never get and reach your full potential if you don't get out of that comfort zone. There's this person in the Bible, I forgot his name, maybe Matthew, Luke, and John, whoever. It's between from Genesis to Revelation. It's the story between Genesis to Revelation. He's like in the boat. And he wanted to walk on water like Jesus, right? Because Jesus walks on water, right? Because he's like, the Jesus, right? So he was in the boat. He wanted to walk on water. And he will not walk on water too if he doesn't get out of that comfort zone and then actually walk on water too. Same thing in the rehab world. If you're always in that comfort zone, I'm going to be okay here in the skilled nursing home until I retire. And then you're complaining about that life and you're not getting out of that comfort zone. You're not going to reach your full potential. Be comfortable in being uncomfortable. Learn how to challenge yourself. Learn how to push yourself to the next level. Every morning, wake up. Oh God, what's my challenge for today? I have a journal here and write it down. How can I challenge myself today? I may not be physically fit like those other people, but mentally, I'm always challenging myself. How can I improve my relationship with my wife? How can I improve my relationship with my kids? Give them an extra note today, give them a surprise note or whatever. Learn how to be comfortable in being uncomfortable. I like what she said here. One more. Having that imposter syndrome. You are going to have that. You are going to have it. I had it. When I came here in the States, I'm like, do I already know how to talk Filipino English? No. I have to learn. I have to change my accent. I have to change. Change is inevitable, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing that is permanent in this world is change. You might as well change for the better, right? All right. I love what Lauren said. Gosh, it's so amazing. Let me bring back what's her name? Raheema. Raheema, what is going on? Could you answer that question there? Beat that.
That was perfect. I think for me, when I think of challenges, it's something to this day. I mean, just since the beginning of trying to move in this space is just learning how to best sell yourself or pitch yourself to people that don't know what you do, and explain what it is you do. Like when you have a company and you're trying to get money for it or something, you have a pitch deck, or you have to give your elevator pitch on why people should invest in you, your company. But this is why they should invest in you when you're speaking to companies, or speaking to CEOs, or the folks that you meet that you want to join their team. So being able to translate what I do as an OT and why that would help them, that's always sort of a little challenge to see what would make sense for this company. What should I present? How do I explain this? And that's something that I think is it's just always going to an evolving thing, because you have to personalize it for everyone that you speak to, and any sort of problem that you're trying to solve.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. She beat you there, Lauren. Just kidding.
Oh.
Did you hear what she said, ladies and gentlemen? I was writing things down. Finding and explaining what you do. It's so hard to do that. I always explain, okay, I'm a physical therapist. What is a physical therapist? And you're explaining too much, too long. But you have to learn how to explain that in a way that that other person can understand it. And we all know this as a therapy person. We probably know how to talk to a pediatric patient. We probably know how to talk to a geriatric patient, an orthopedic patient. And same thing with dealing with CEOs and corporate people, salespeople, tech people. You have to learn also their language. Thank you for sharing that, Raheema. Raheema and Lauren, where can they reach you? Where can they find you? The website and everything like that. I'm going to show it up here.
Perfect. Yeah, we're both on LinkedIn. We're big believers in LinkedIn in terms of that being a great place to network, particularly in the tech world. So please find us there and reach out. You can reach us at info@rehabtechsummit.com. Please ask questions. If there's something that you're wondering about related to the summit, we're really excited to be able to build this community and create opportunities for you to connect with companies and to connect with each other and to connect with folks like us that have been on this path and really are passionate about helping others open doors to roles in technology, because it's not going away, people. We have to get out there and make sure that things don't get developed that are meant to serve our patients and even us as clinicians without our influence. So that's what we're about. And there you go. Info@Rehab Tech Summit. Anything else to add, Raheema?
No, that's perfect. Yeah, LinkedIn and rehabtechsummit.com. You can reach us on there, and we're always happy to answer questions and connect.
All right. Well, again, any last parting wisdom for our audience there in the alternative healthcare career group? Any, last, special tip, encouragement? I'll start with Raheema.
Oh gosh, putting me on the spot. I think what I will say is, if this is something that you're thinking about, the first step or starting to explore it is always the hardest. And once you take that step, you'll see that there is so much opportunity there, and there is so much value that you can bring. So take that step and just go, because like Lauren said, it's not going away anywhere. The tech world is only growing and into health. It's moving into health. So make that step and go.
Oh, wow. Lauren?
Yeah, I would just add to that. Also, these are roles that are not often posted as such. So Mike mentioned earlier, kind of throwing your resume out on Indeed. These are really relationship related roles. And so it can be a little bit of a long haul and lots of networking, lots of informational interviewing, and sort of making sure that how you are presenting yourself really reflects the value that you bring. And we're going to be covering all of those things. But it can take some time to find the right fit, and just keep after it. It definitely is worth it. And we have so much to offer.
Oh, wow. That is so amazing. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? I just would like to recap what these two beautiful young ladies said. Raheema said, just have to do the first step. Do the first step, ladies and gentlemen. You will not reach your destination, that 10K goal, if you don't take the first step. There's so much opportunity out there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to find your alternative healthcare career, your rehab tech stuff, take the first step. And I like what Lauren said here. Relationship related roles. Those jobs are not posted there. Do you think this podcast here is just for me? No, it's relationship building for other people. And people find me in LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the way for networking. They reach out to me there. Hey, Michael, I want to be a guest in your podcast. Hey, Michael, blah, 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 blah. Can we talk to you about dementia? Can we talk to you about technology on this dementia things? And I would give them, like a consulting fee. It's not part of my, what do you call this? My rehab therapy evaluation via Medicare, but I send them a bill because I've talked to them. They ask me, hey, is this a good product for dementia, Michael? And everything is done online via Zoom and Skype. It's called relationship building, relationship over revenue. You're not going to get money instantly, but when you put the relationship over revenue, you will get it back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you very much, Raheema. Thank you very much, Lauren. Appreciate you. Any last parting words for our audience, or you're good?
No, thank you so much for having us. Yeah.
Right,
I hope we see all of you at the summit.
I hope, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, can you tell us again what date it is again?
February 19th to the 21st. And it's rehabtechsummit.com. For more information, you'll find all the details on there. Yeah, we hope to see you all there.
All right. So again, thank you very much, Lauren and Raheema. Appreciate you. Just hold on, okay? Let me just finish up the show. But again, before I let you go, check them out. The email is info@rehabtechsummit.com. Check it out. Obviously, the website is rehabtechsummit.com. It's going to happen on February the 19th to 21st. And let me check if I guess that's a get my calendar here. It's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a great way, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. And you're not just going to learn, you're going to network, All right. So before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, always remember the word FAST, F-A-S-T. All right. Letter F. Find friends that will push you to your next level, because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with, right? If you are hanging out with awesome people, you're going to be awesome, just like Lauren and Raheema. So find friends. Letter F from the word FAST. Yes. And next letter is letter A. YMCA, letter A. Is my armpit sweaty? I guess it's sweaty. It's so hot in here because I am here in Bay Area, right? No, I got a heater here. So, yep, letter A, take action. All this stuff that we're doing, it's not going to do me good. It's not even going to do Lauren and Raheema good if you don't take action, ladies and gentlemen. Take action, like what Raheema said. Take the first freaking step. Oh, she didn't say the freaking step, but she said take the first step. Take the first step. So much opportunities, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. Take the first step. Next letter is letter S. Letter S is you shoot for the moon. Why? If you keep shooting for the moon, you're going to miss it. You're going to be landing with the stars, right? I kept shooting for the moon. I kept missing. I keep missing, ladies and gentlemen. But guess what? I landed with the stars. Our stars for today is Lauren and Raheema. They're amazing. They're awesome. So keep reaching for the stars, but keep your feet on the ground, ladies and gentlemen, right? Letter S. Next letter on the word fast. You know what the next letter is? The next letter is letter T. It's teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding it more. That's why Raheema and Lauren is teaching it in the Rehab Tech Summit. So come and check it out. rehabtechsummit.com. You're not gonna be disappointed. All right. I wish you all the best. Be awesome. Be great. Be excellent, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.